Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manful Yoga. In this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to tell you how to take a good photo of yourself. We're going to go through 4 different aspects of this. First part is lighting. The second part is positioning. So where are you going to put yourself in terms of the camera, the light. The third part is what to have in the background. So what are you including in the photo? And the fourth part is on whether to look directly into the camera, being non-candid, or to be candid and not look at the camera. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Hey guys, so the first part of this is lighting. And this is really important because if we can't see you, if you're not well lit, the photo is going to come out really blurry. You're not going to be able to see anything and the photo is going to be useless. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have some good lighting. Now, the best thing that you can have is natural lighting. So if you have a nearby window, if it's a somewhat cloudy, or if it's a sunny day, you should have plenty of natural light, or if you're outside. If you're inside, as long as you're by that window, you can still get natural light. The other thing is to have actual light. So here in the studio, you can see we obviously have professional lighting for photography, but you don't need to have this to take a good photo. So the thing you want to remember with lighting is to position yourself in the right place. Now, you want to have the camera and the light source should be facing the same direction. So in this case, you're the camera, right? And the light source is next to you, and they're both facing this way. So you can see that I'm in good lighting here. You can actually see my face. I don't have any shadows on my face. I don't have any shadows down here. So you want to make sure that, again, the camera and the light source are facing the same direction. The other part of this is you can have the camera either slightly, and you can have the camera in front, so you can come forward, right? And as long as the camera is not directly between the light source and me, then you're still going to be fine. You can also move back a little bit, right? So we can move behind the light source, and even then I'm still going to be, you still should be able to see a lot of it, right? Now, the thing that you don't want to do is position yourself between the light source and the camera. So I'm going to have you flip around here, and you'll see that, and this actually isn't a great example, but typically this is going to look bad, right? If the light's here and I'm right here, my face is going to be somewhat in shadow. I actually have another light right there, so I'm going to show you what it looks like badly when you do this with natural light. So I mentioned using natural light for photos. That's a really good way to take photos. But if my natural light is coming from behind me here, right? So I got the sun back here, and you're trying to take a photo of me from in front of me, this is going to look really bad, right? I don't have any, the light is not showing my face, it's showing on my back. If I want to take a photo of my back and you were over here, right, then that would be good. So natural light behind me, camera facing that same direction. This is a good photo. Well, here. Now that I'm in the light, it's a good photo, right? But you definitely don't want you don't want the light source behind you with the camera in front of you. Second part we're going to talk about is positioning. So where is the camera facing, and also what is the camera capturing? So typically you want to be aiming either straight forward or slightly down. And you want to make sure that you're not getting you don't want to take up the entire photo with just yourself, right? So I don't want to have a photo where I can't see my surroundings at all, unless you're trying to show somebody something specific on your face or on your body. But it's good to have some context to the photo. So in this case, right, a good photo is cat's going to stay eye level. I'm going to get on the ground here, and I'm going to do something. Let's just say I'm doing a twist here, right? So camera is aiming either straight forward or slightly down. I've got good lighting already, so this is going to turn out to be a good photo, or decent photo. All right. Now this could be a bad photo if camera's going to go down and I'm going to go up. So cat, get about a foot off the ground. Yep. And then aim up, right? So now this isn't as good, right? This doesn't look as good. Doesn't look as good. She's shaking her head no. Great. So remember, we want to have the camera facing either straight forward and slightly down, but don't want to have it facing up, right? You don't want to have the camera taking up. Now, the other part of this is you don't want to crowd the camera, right? So I don't want to get 2 feet away from this and take a photo of this really close up, especially if I'm trying to show you a yoga pose, right? So cat, for example, I'm going to have you stand right here, And then you're gonna try and take a photo of me doing yoga here, right? Can't see anything. The camera's way too close. Really can't see anything. So for this photo to be useful, you need to back up, right? Don't hit anything. Good. So now you can actually see me in the photo. You can see some context. You can see the wall. You can see Kaya Fuzzy Bear, right? So I'm in. There's context around me, right? It's not just me. So you don't want to take the photo up really close. You want there to be context. And then the other part of this I want to talk about is being in focus. Most cameras, if you have a smartphone, they'll autofocus. And if you are taking the photo and you tap the screen, or you kind of touch and hold the screen on the object that you want to focus on. So for example, if you're taking the photo and you see me on your screen, or you see yourself on the screen, or whoever you're taking the photo of on the screen, if you tap and hold that, the phone should autofocus on that. The other aspect of this is you can use portrait mode. And what portrait mode does is it makes the object of focus very clear. And I think it's about 8 feet away. So it's gonna make the object of focus very clear while making things around or behind you seem blurry. So it focuses on one depth of the photo, and whatever is behind you, a couple feet or a few feet behind you, is going to appear blurry. And that's why you seem so clear in that. So that's what you want to know for positioning and keeping the photo in focus. Third part of this is what to have and what not to have in the background. So when you're taking a photo, keep in mind that people are going to look at the other things that are in the photo. So behind me now, right, I have my giant Man Full of Yoga logo, which is great because if I'm taking a photo about me doing yoga, I want to have our logo in the background. But I don't want to have too much stuff in the background, because if it's too busy, people aren't going to look at what I want them to look at. They're going to look at all the different things that are in the photo, right? So I'm going to have instead, let's go over here. I'm going to go over to my workout section. And now, right, this is an awful photo because you don't know what you're supposed to look at. There's so many different things. I've got this. I've got a bunch of clothes just laying around. I've got stuff on the floor. So even if this is relatively organized, which for me, this is relatively organized, this is still a really bad photo because there's so many different things, right? There's different colors, there's clothes lying everywhere. These aren't organized. There's again, different colors. So you wanna make sure that your background is relatively clear. So if you have books lying out, if you have cups lying out, if you have anything lying out, try to minimize that space and make your background look really bland. Or if there is something that you wanna feature in the background, have that prominent, but you don't want it to be too prominent. So if that makes sense, you want it to be subtly viewable, but you don't want it in your face, right? If that makes sense. And then the other part of this is you also don't want to have light sources in the background. So as we showed before in the light section, right, let's go over here. So if you're taking a photo outside, if you're using natural light, you don't want to have natural light or any sort of light source or screen behind you, because then it's going to look really bad, right? It's going to make whatever is in front of the light is going to be dark. So, especially with the cameras over there. So the light should be facing you, again, not light facing into the camera. All right, so the fourth part, and this is the final part of taking a photo, is deciding between taking a photo where you are looking directly at the photo, so acknowledging that you're being captured by photo, or 2, taking a candid photo and not going in between it. So you have to commit to, okay, I'm going to look at the camera, I know that the camera is taking a photo of me, I'm in the photo, or commit to being candid and pretending that the camera's not there. So for example, I'm just gonna do a high lunge here. So in my high lunge, if I'm doing a non-candid photo, I'm going to look at the camera and say, like, right, I'm gonna smile at the camera, I'm gonna wave, or I'm going to acknowledge that the camera is there. I'm not gonna like look off awkwardly at at something that I wouldn't normally be looking at, right? So I don't wanna look over here because this isn't what I would normally do when I'm doing a high lunge. I'm going to be looking forward. So non-candid, I'm gonna look straight at the camera, maybe smile a bit, right? Do something, tell yourself a joke, make yourself laugh. Or if I'm doing a candid photo, I'm not going to look at the camera, but I might want to have my face present. So You don't want to do something where your face is totally covered, right? If I do something like this and my face is out of the way and you can't see my face, that's kind of weird, right? We, as humans, we like to see faces. We want to see that we're interacting with a human. We want to see their expression. We don't trust it. But I can do something, again, for that candid view, my face is still going to be visible, but I'm not directly looking at the camera. I just want to pretend that the camera's not there and just do what I would normally do. Right, so I'm looking forward for my high lunge. My arms are out of the way so you can see my face, and I'm breathing normally. The other part of the candid photo is you might have a tendency to do resting bitch face. If you don't know what resting bitch face is, look it up. But you don't want to look angry in your photo. So make sure that as you're being candid and looking away, your face is relaxed. So as you exhale, let your face relax. Okay, so don't keep your eyebrows angry. Don't, scrunch up your face, whatever it is. Relax your face, maybe a light smile when you're taking photos. And that's it for non-candid versus candid photos. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed those 4 tips and you're going to put those into practice. The reason why I made this video is because we want to do a better job of featuring our members, featuring our customers on the Man Flow Yoga website and also in social media. Because when it comes down to it, the most important part of Man Flow Yoga, it's not the workouts, it's not the instruction, it's not the books, it's not the programs, it's not the members area. It's you guys. You guys are the most important part of Man Flow Yoga. Without you guys, we wouldn't exist. And I want our website and I want our social media to reflect that. So what I'm doing is I'll be sending out free t-shirts to members of the Man Flow Yoga members area who take a photo of themselves doing yoga with Man Flow Yoga playing in the background somewhere. So if you use your computer, your TV, just having that workout visible in the background. And if you send me that photo and allow me to use that on our website or on our social media, I'll be sending you a free Man Flow Yoga t-shirt. So that's why I made this video. And again, I think we need to do a better job of showcasing you guys. But in order to do that, I need photos of you guys. And I know that you might not be used to taking photos of yourself. Maybe that's just not something that interests you at all. We know from our interactions with the members, with you guys, that a lot of you guys are busy dads. You've got your careers to handle, you've got your families to take care of, and something that's not really high on your priority list is growing your Instagram or growing your Facebook page or getting a bunch of likes. And that's great. I'm glad that you guys haven't gotten sucked into that hole yet, if you haven't. But for our purposes, for what we're trying to do with Man Flow Yoga, for us trying to make other people feel more comfortable to do yoga and to get guys inspired to do Man Flow Yoga, we need those photos to make that happen. So I would really appreciate it if you participate this. If you don't want to, no hard feelings, but I'd love to feature you on the website. I'd love to feature you on our social media. And I hope you use the instructions to do that. You can reach me at dean@manflowyoga.com. You can send me a message here on Facebook with the photo when you're ready. But other than that, I think that's it. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful.